Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Anshu Sharma here. We are starting a new presentation on diversion from eternal and universal values to the current state of where negativity is ruling and how the origin of shadow uh, self started and the negativity started and how it spread in the world. So, this is our topic, and we are going to attempt to throw some light on it. So, initially, there were only eternal values and universal ideas, and these ideas were without any polarity. But somewhere the diversion happened that divided the positive and negative. This is when polarity developed and the diversion from eternal universal values resulted in the origin of the shadow or the negative side. There was only one source, or there is still only one source, but at one time the source wanted to know itself, but how would he know itself? Unless there is a contrast. For example, how would a white color know itself as white color? Unless there is a contrasting color, black or any other color it sees, then it knows, yes, I am white and so color is yellow or black. So the source decided to divide itself in exactly two equal and opposite halves. The ascended masters, the rishis, the munis, and avatar souls descended on earth, initially in their energy form, and later they became physical. They had fully activated 48 DNA strands or even more. They were connected to the source at all times and could withdraw any spiritual energy they desired for the goodness of inhabitants of earth, inhabitants living on earth. They felt connected to everyone and to the source at the same time and also at all times. Gradually, the matter became denser, and some of the original souls became dominant and wanted power to themselves. This is how the division took place, and the souls started acquiring positive and negative tendencies. Gradually, the separation widened and new timelines started emerging. After, say, millions of years, souls took the physical form and were called humans, initially with ascended masters having fully activated 48 DNA strands or more. Humans over millions of years descended low in their consciousness, and now currently humans have only two activated DNA strands. Separated from the source, they lost their connection and forgot their divine nature. They came to live in the harmonic universe 1 with dimensions 1, 2, and 3. Their personality became egoic, based on separation from the source and also from each other. How it all began And where does the humanity stand today? So, this is the subject I was very keen to understand, and this presentation is my humble attempt to understand the separation and describe it in the following parts. Let us first understand the polar nature of the consciousness. Eternal values or universal principles on one side versus the polar opposite, egoic values, which are ephemeral in nature. So it means they change as per the trend. Sanatan Dharma is the original term for what is commonly known today as Hinduism. It translates to eternal religion or eternal duty in Sanskrit. Eternal values or universal principles encompass vast, unlimited, and diverse spiritual traditions. These ancient and timeless spiritual traditions guide human life based on universal principles, which are in an essence honoring and respecting life. Life in every form, be it be any human, animal, plant, and even environment. Initially, there were only positive spiritual energies manifested as spiritual traditions. There was no religion as we know today. But later on, sacred spiritual traditions took the form of beliefs, values, and practices and started to be addressed as religion. Various religions developed on account of various practices and beliefs. Some of these beliefs and practices were positive and some negative. Sanatan, which is a Sanskrit word, or eternal dharma, not religion, is more of a way of life. It is not called religion, rather eternal dharma, which is eternal righteousness, morals, and order. Unlike organized religion with fixed doctrines, Sanatan Dharma is more of a way of life. So people connected to eternal values believe in the concept of dharma, that is the righteous duty or cosmic law. It varies based on one's role in society, personal qualities, and stage of life. So, how does dharma manifest in our life? Let us see. Dharma can manifest in various ways, including justice, which is acting fairly or not harming anyone. Honesty, which is truth, honesty, and not lying, deceit, and betrayal. Unselfishness, when you act purely for the good and benefit of everyone. Non-violence, non-violence, love, concern, and compassion for everyone. Lawfulness. Lawfulness is living one's life as per universal principles and law using moral and ethical laws. Dharma leads to a peaceful, loving, balanced, and harmonious personal life and society. So, what we are discussing now does not mean that everybody belonging to Hinduism or belonging to respecting eternal values is practicing all what we are discussing, but at least they believe in most or some of these values. People connected to eternal values believe in karma, and they also believe in reincarnation. What is karma? Karma is law of action and consequences. And reincarnation is believing in multiple lives and deaths. Karma is the law of cause and effect, and reincarnation, in essence, is the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth based on one's karma. So, people believing in karma and reincarnation believe in these two, and they believe in soul's journey through multiple lives and ultimately getting moksha. Moksha is liberation, and that this is the ultimate goal of life. It is the liberation from the cycle of rebirth achieved through self realization and union with the divine. So one knows, who am I? This answer is known to the ones who are self realized. People believing in eternal life believe Vasudev Kutumbakam, this which is a Sanskrit word, translated as the world is my family. The world is one family. So people also believe in pluralism and inclusivity, embracing multiple deities, multiple beliefs, and multiple ways of worship, seeing divinity in many forms. So people who believe in uh, eternal values, they see goodness in all, and they embrace multiple deities, beliefs, and way of worship. Eh, like in Hinduism, there are multiple gods: Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, and also the female goddesses Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati, and others. And they also respect others' ways of worship as well, like Buddhism, Christianity, and Muslims, considering and being tolerant that this is also one way to worship and achieve higher self. And they also believe in many paths to the divine. The multiple paths to spiritual enlightenment include the path of devotion, which is called Bhakti Yoga. Then there is selfless action, which is Karma Yoga. The knowledge path is Jnana Yoga. And then there is a meditation and self-discipline path, which is also Raj Yoga. So the people believing in eternal values, they honor and respect people choosing one of the path, or they can also follow their own path. They also believe in sacred practices such as yoga, meditation, worship, yagnas, which are fire rituals, studying, knowledge, and pilgrimages to holy sites. And their teachings are not based on a single prophet or holy book, but the teachings are drawn from various texts. Some of the texts do not even have the name of the authors. And these texts, some of these texts, there are multiple there. Some of these texts are Vedas, Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, and Puranas. So, this is the path we have discussed about eternal values, and why I'm uh, doing my presentation starting with this is so we start seeing the polar views, the egoic views, and how gradually humanity started adopting the polar views. Egoic values based on personality. Egoic values are polar opposite to eternal or universal values. Organized religion with limited and narrow viewpoints. They, these organized religious teachings are based on personality. These values later on we will see are based on trends, so they keep changing from time to time. So people believing in organized religion, they believe in limited beliefs and values based on practices and rituals. Their teachings are based on a single scripture, prophet, or institution. Organized religions have fixed doctrines. Organized religions typically have some level of structure, but there are a few that either lack fixed doctrines or allow for significant flexibility in belief and practices. Such teachings have narrow beliefs regarding physical life and traditions. People who are not connected to eternal values are said to have inclination towards adharma. Adharma is a Sanskrit word which represents unrighteousness, immorality, and disorder. So they have inclination. They can have inclination towards unrighteousness, immorality, and disorder. People not connected to eternal values do not believe in karma and reincarnation. Karma, as we have just studied, is the law of action and consequences. Reincarnation is multiple births and deaths. They believe in living life as per current trends. They believe in living for today and they believe in one life. Such people believe themselves to be different and separated from others who do not share their belief system. So some of them they also develop disrespect for others' way of living and become intolerant. People believe in monotheism, that is one God. They do not believe in embracing multiple deities, beliefs, and ways of worship, or seeing divinity in many forms. They believe in their own path to the divine, their own God. They strictly follow rituals and teachings as per their holy book. They do not believe in various sacred practices. They believe in their own chosen rituals and pilgrimages as per their holy book or holy teachings. So we just covered all this. They do not believe in karma or reincarnation. Some of them develop differences and disrespect for others. They believe generally in monotheism or one God, and their rituals and pilgrimages is based on one holy book and teachings, and they have temporary, relative, and ephemeral values. What do they mean by temporary, relative, and ephemeral values? Let's see. So, people do not believe, not believing in eternal values, believe in temporary values, relative values, or ephemeral values. These are values that change over time, depending on context, or are influenced by societal trends, rather than being perceived as timeless or universal. So, temporary values are the values that change over time, often due to societal shifts, technological advancements, or personal growth. Relative values are the values that depend on context, perspective, or cultural background rather than absolute truth. Example, in some cultures, hierarchy is respected, while in others, equality is emphasized. In some cultures, the culture is more feminine dominant, while in some other cultures, it is more masculine dominant. Ephemeral values are values that are fleeting, momentary, or situational, often shaped by trends or emotions. For example, the value placed on certain fashion styles or social media trends is ephemeral. So that's all for today. In this video, I've tried to give you a bigger picture of eternal or universal values and principles. But people today at present have a mix of both. And then I've also given you a contrasted egoic values. So at present, like I said, the humans have a mix of both. As I see, this divide is going to increase further, and the timelines are shifting more and more apart in favor of either universal values or egoic values. So we continue learning from our next presentation, where I will attempt to explain how the separation happened initially. So stay tuned. You do not want to miss this next presentation. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel and press the like button. And please also invite more people to subscribe. And please share this presentation. Till we meet again, bye for now. Take care.